Hi, I'm Kimberly Austin for Howdini.com, here with the experts to talk about the dreaded bedbug and how you can tell if you have an infestation. Once all but gone in North America, the tiny blood-sucking insects are back and wreaking havoc across the country. According to the Centers for Disease Control, they don't spread disease, but they are notoriously difficult to contain and expensive to exterminate.
Bedbugs are everywhere.
Pest control operator Jeremy Ecker saw a big business opportunity a few years ago and started doing inspections with dogs specially trained to sniff out the scent of bedbugs and their eggs.
I've been in the swankiest hotels in New York City. We've been in some of the nicest apartments in New York City on Central Park West. No one's immune to the problem. It's not a cleanliness thing. It's not a socioeconomic thing.
Just reading or hearing about bedbugs makes a lot of people itch. Really. It's mostly psychosomatic, say the experts, but knowing where to look and what to look for is your best defense.
Most people, I think, will either see a bite reaction on their skin if they react to bites, or see droppings, or see bedbugs crawling.
Lou Sorkin is an entomologist at the Museum of Natural History in New York. He's been studying, breeding, and feeding bedbugs for the last 10 years.
How do bedbugs get brought into a home?
Bedbugs are normally good hitchhikers, and if people are traveling, they can easily get onto your luggage or a briefcase or outer clothing or in some other object that's picked up by people and carried somewhere else.
And once in your home or apartment building, he says, they can migrate easily between rooms or units through the wiring. You are what they're after. Bedbugs feed on blood usually while the host is sleeping. They inject a numbing agent first so you don't feel it. After about 10 minutes, the bug goes back into hiding, usually somewhere nearby. In some people, a series of otherwise unexplained red bite marks or even welts will appear soon after, but not in everyone.
Unfortunately, many people don't react to bedbug bites, and they never know they have a bedbug problem unless they see the insects.
So knowing what bedbugs look like in all stages of their development is critical, says Sorkin.
The bedbug starts out from an egg stage.
When the egg hatches, it is called a nymph.
And this is a little insect that's about 1 millimeter long, or the thickness of a credit card.
From egg to adult, the insect changes dramatically. Adults are always darker reddish-brown, 1/4 of an inch long or more.
And as it feeds and takes in blood, it becomes plumper. So it goes from flat to plump.
Now, the first place you want to look is in the pillowcases.
Now that you know what bedbugs look like, here's where to look for them.
You want to check the seams.
James Crenshaw is a certified pest control applicator with 5-star environments in New York. He's looking for bedbugs, but also for the yellowish skins they shed and for their droppings, tiny black dots or red smears on your bedclothes.
Once the pillows are out of the way, then we would check the seams on the quilt to see if there was anything along here, any eggs.
Go layer by layer, Crenshaw says, and repeat these steps all the way around the bed, including bed skirts.
Check behind. Look for blood stains or droppings and eggs and things like that. They're usually back here. Peel it back. If you see, you'll see them right along here. All along the seam right here. Below this, inside the label, and just generally along this line right here, because this is where they would stay at, being a host would be sleeping right here.
Of course, the mattress itself is a notorious hiding place for bedbugs. They're known to nest along the seams, the sides, and around vents or grommets like this one. And don't forget the box spring. Look carefully at and under it, as bedbugs can find lots of places to hide here just out of sight. And carefully examine the bed frame, behind the headboard, any storage under your bed, and of course everything on the floor around it, including nearby furniture.
Check the bottom of the legs, because this is where they would actually hang out at also. I always find them right at the foot.
Bedbugs will hide on or in wood, fabric, metal, phones, electronics, anything so long as it's close to their food source, which is, of course, you. And though we're focused on the bedroom here, keep in mind that you'll want to check the couch, easy chairs, and desk areas, wherever you spend significant time lying or sitting still.
The last place I would look, check all these little cracks.
Despite the horror stories you may have heard about bedbugs infesting every nook and cranny in your home, for most of us, this kind of search is good enough.
A lot of people think that, you could find bedbugs all over the place. That's true, only in infestations though. Has to be a really bad infestation to find them everywhere.
But that kind of infestation takes months, he says. If you're checking regularly, you're going to find them long before then.
If you got a handful of bugs, like maybe you picked 2 up, brought them in the house, they're in your bed for about 3 or 4 days, they're going to stay there. There's going to be probably 80 to 100 bugs in this bed before they start spreading out and hitting the walls and going to different places. Come on, bud.
Jeremy Ecker says he sees many more people who don't have bedbugs than do. If you want to call in a dog, be aware that this is a controversial practice in the pest control industry. Ecker says try to choose a company not associated with an exterminator who could benefit from your business if the dog detects the scent of bedbugs. Well-trained dog teams rarely miss an infestation, he says, but there is a risk of false positives.
It's not an exact science. You're using animals, your handler and the dog, so nothing's going to be perfect.
Entomologist Lou Sorkin says dogs should only be used as a tool to tell their human handlers where to look for bedbugs.
So ultimately, a visual verification is really what you need.
It's really the best way, yes.
Do you recommend that everyone does an inspection in and around their bed for bed bugs?
Well, it's very important to be able to rule out infestations.
How often should you look?
You may want to do it maybe 4 times a year if there's no other reason.
If you're inclined to worry, though, James Crenshaw recommends you just make it part of your weekly laundry routine.
That way you can stay on top of it. If something's going on, you do the inspection like I just did, you'll find something if there's something there.
If you find nothing, you'll have some peace of mind. And if you can catch a bedbug infestation early, it will be a lot less costly and stressful to deal with. I'm Kimberly Austin with Howdini.com.
Bedbugs are making a strong comeback in the UK and further afield, having been nearly completely driven from our shores 30 to 40 years ago. Now, with the advent of cheap international travel and the relative lack of knowledge about them, bedbugs are finding their way back into our living space. Bedbugs can grow to about 5 millimeters in length, about the same size as an apple pip, and are reddish-brown in colour. They are round in shape and flat, but after having a blood feed, they swell up like a balloon. The young stages of this pest can easily be seen by eye and look like miniature versions of the adult insect. Luckily, these pests cannot fly, hop, or jump, although they can walk at about 2 centimeters a second, that's 72 meters an hour. They like to hide in cracks and crevices near to where they will be feeding next, and are commonly found in headboards, mattresses, and in bedside tables. They can also be found in other areas where people sit for long periods of time. As a result, they are commonly found in hotels and homes, and they have even been discovered on trains and buses. In normal room temperatures, the bugs tend to feed every 2 to 3 days. This generally takes about 8 minutes, and the bug will only feed once unless it is disturbed mid-meal. Adult females will then lay eggs after feeding, and can lay up to 300 in her lifetime, in batches of around 10 to 15. The eggs are about 1 millimeter long and a pearly white colour, and these can often be found near where the adults and young stages hide during the day. Adults can wait for about a year between feeds if they need to, so going away on holiday or leaving a room vacant for a few weeks is not an effective way to get rid of them. Luckily, bedbugs have not been found to transmit any diseases. However, as the bites are extremely itchy, there can be a risk of secondary infection in the wounds. Some people may take up to 2 days to react to a bedbug bite, and so it is not always easy to determine where you were when you were bitten. It is also not possible to tell exactly what has bitten you by just looking at the bite, as there can be many other reasons for bites, or indeed bite-type reactions. It is therefore essential that other signs of the pest in the room are found to confirm the presence of bedbugs or any other pest. The telltale signs to look out for a bedbug infestation, other than nasty itchy bites and actually seeing the insects, are the eggs and dark brown spots found near cracks. These spots are droppings. After each feed, an individual will make a few of these en route from where it has just fed to where it will hide for the next few days. Bedbugs can easily walk between rooms or hitch a lift on cleaning equipment and trolleys. However, their main way of spreading is on people's luggage and in the movement of goods.